Gentlemen, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of February 6th, 2022. I am Caleb Black. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. That is our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. Luke, how was your Sunday?
Fantastic. Ready to talk some wrestling. I want to throw out a shout out real quick to all the viewers who viewed the Royal Rumble live stream.
Yeah, man.
That we did. 35 views in 6 days is huge.
For us,
thank you.
Yeah, man. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us for the 4-hour broadcast. Those who are live with us and the ones who watched it after the fact.
Yeah, 35 views in 6 days. That's insane, and it's all because of you guys.
Our little show, but it means a lot to us. Max, how was your Sunday?
I am doing wonderful. It's the day after Friday, I believe, right?
No, Sunday is the day after Saturday.
Oh shit. I might have to take care of some things later.
He's our producer.
There might be
producer.
somebody in dire need of a kidney right now.
Let's just go on with the show.
All right, so we got I don't know if it's a big week in wrestling. I don't know if it's an interesting week in wrestling.
I don't know. I saw the video. I don't know about a big week.
Here we go. Already with this. Do you want to lead with this story? Just get it out of the way.
So, Mr. Davey Richards.
Richards, the American Wolf, had somebody record him cranking it for his wife. just cranking it.
And here's the deal. He didn't do it like a normal person with their cell phone. He actually hired a production
crew to come in and just watch him cranking it.
Just watch him just mess with himself.
Just Jimmy cranking his own corn over
here. He beat it like it owed him child support.
beat it like a promoter that stiffed him.
Stop it. He stiffed himself.
So I can see how this show's going to start. Then obviously the news started making the rounds that Davey Richards was doing pornography.
Probably, I bet he found a babysitter that day.
Yeah, his hand for 1 million of them.
Right? Jesus.
So
little Luke's running around.
So that's news this week.
That's all the news stories we have for you this week. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You know us, we're all about the hard news.
All right. Anyway, let's get back. We got a stiff lineup here.
Yeah. We really gotta hit a strong finish.
Like a strong finish all over your chest. All right.
All right. Back to the serious stuff.
All right.
I guess the big leading news is that Shane McMahon, the son of billionaire CEO and chairman of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, has been released by the WWE, which is the company that his father is both CEO and chairman of.
How come he don't want me, man?
Which begs the question, how badly do you have to screw up to be fired? Now, look, parents kick their kids out of the house for all kinds of stuff. Shane McMahon is a 53-year-old man who has been fired by his father. Also, the fucking point remains, too, that he got fired like the day after his grandma died.
But he still gets to stay in the house.
he gets to go to the pool shed.
That's right. Yeah, he gets to sleep with the help.
First off, he's a 53-year-old man that still calls himself Shane O'Mac.
Shane O'Mac.
Stop it. Don't dance. No one wants to see the dance. It ain't Bangville. No one wants to see the end zone dance.
Yeah, Shane McMahon has been fired by his own father.
Yes.
For reasons, apparently, he was one of the agents for the Royal Rumble premium live event. He inserted himself into the match, botched a bunch of spots, took a spot from another guy, made himself the Final Four, basically rubbed a bunch of the boys the wrong way.
Some of your big talents he rubbed the wrong way.
Some of the Twitter reports came out that there was a ton of heat, and then the next day he was quietly released from his on-screen contract. Now, Shane McMahon does have a shareholding with the WWE, so they only terminated his employment with them. But it's just so fucking weird and crazy that Shane McMahon got fired by Vince. And it probably wasn't even Vince. It was probably like John Laurinaitis. Hey, kid, it's a budget thing. We got to let you go.
We don't have anything for you. And here's the deal. There's a lot of talk on the internet. Might as well get it out of the way.
Yes.
Shane McMahon, if he was to go to AEW, would be a huge milestone in professional wrestling.
it would not only be a milestone, it would be the literal representation of Tony Khan putting his Johnson in Vince McMahon's hand and telling him to crank it.
Yeah.
A lot like Davey Richards did.
Davey Richards.
No. But seriously, okay, so
Joey Ryan was probably the cameraman.
Oh my God. Let's address the Tony Khan thing while we're talking. That way people know what we're getting to.
Yeah.
So Tony Khan, I'll just read the tweets, as a matter of fact.
He's going to read you the tweets.
Since I can pull them right up.
He's got to pull them right up.
Hey, whoa, hey, no respect. Wife and I promised we'd only smoke after sex. I haven't had a cigarette in 3 weeks. She's up to a pack a day.
Hey,
whoa.
It's horrible.
Rodney Dangerfield, kids.
No one in this that's watching this understands anything what you just did.
Well,
look it up.
If you don't know who Rodney
Dangerfield
is, your parents made a terrible mistake.
You haven't seen if you haven't seen Ladybugs or something wrong with it. We don't trust you.
All right, so these are the tweets from billionaire Tony Khan, owner, CEO, and chairman of AEW. The forbidden door can be opened for anyone from any wrestling promotion in the world, whether or not it's a company AEW is on good terms with, even if it's someone from a company that's open for business. They're also welcome to slam the door in the face of their prior company. He then followed up that tweet with, the big announcement for Wednesday's Dynamite that we referenced on AEW Rampage, the free agent debut, and the person walking through the forbidden door are one and the same. They're walking in the door, signing a contract, and then slamming the door shut Wednesday on Dynamite. There's a mid-tweet there that says, with a great showing in tonight's AEW Rampage TNT title bout, Isaiah Cassidy has earned a qualifying match for a spot in the Face of the Revolution ladder match with the TNT title shot at stake.
Yes.
His opponent will debut Wednesday, plus sign a contract with AEW. Isaiah versus ? On hashtag AEW Dynamite. So to sum that up, for those of you who may not have fully understood, AEW is getting a major signing name on Wednesday who is both signing his contract, having his debut match in a tournament to determine a spot in a ladder match for a future shot at the AEW title. Tony Khan
TNT title.
TNT title, sorry. Tony Khan is hinting that it's going to be a major name slamming the door in the face of the company they used to call home. And of course, the internet, the Twitter sphere, took those tweets and went rampant with all of the speculations, as they should.
Yes.
Brief caveat. Speculating in wrestling about stuff like this, around times like this, is fun. Don't ruin it for somebody else.
Right.
Let people enjoy. Half of the fun of having multiple companies is deciding who's going to show up when and where.
Yes.
Half of the thing when you tune into the WWE every week is to see who's still got a job in the first place.
Correct.
Let people speculate. Let people enjoy wrestling.
Here's the deal. It's a fun time to be a wrestling
Exactly.
fan. It is. It's a fun time. Now, granted, Monday Night Raw is like watching flies fuck, for lack of a better term. It's hard to sit through. SmackDown SmackDown on the other hand has been legitimate television. Yes. SmackDown hasn't been bad. It's had its up points. It's had its down points too, but it's had its up points. AEW is still flooding the market with as much content as they possibly can.
Yep.
However, they're getting big name signees with a lot of stroke carrying with the internet wrestling community. And what a lot of people think is, well, the internet wrestling community is usually filled with people who think that their opinion matters. It doesn't.
It don't.
My opinion matters to me. It don't matter to many people, but it matters to me.
Exactly. We do this show to voice our opinions, and hopefully we do it in an entertaining way. But we don't expect anyone to take our opinion.
In a just way.
Yeah. We don't expect anyone to take most of our opinions.
Again, though, if you're talking about it, if they're talking about it, it's going to work.
Right.
I think that the signee that they're talking about is probably going to be Jeff.
Okay, so let's play a little game. Let's shoot out. I'm going to shoot out some names of who. I'm going to give you names that I think it is, and then I want you to give me a name who you think it is. Kind of back and forth a little bit.
All right.
And we'll take those names, we'll break it down, what it would mean, how they could do it, how it would look.
Go for it.
All right? First name. You go ahead first since you said the first name already.
Jeff Hardy.
All right, Jeff Hardy. Walks into AEW. Matt Hardy's already there. Gets an opportunity at the TNT title. Christian's already there. There's a lot of history. Jeff's a huge name still today. Hasn't been used right.
That's why he's such a big name.
Most of the IWC agrees that he hasn't been used right the last.
Anyone with eyes can see that.
So big upswing for Jeff going to AEW.
Also, and I think that the possibility of now we know that his no compete clause doesn't end until the 9th of March.
Right.
However, they called him back and offered him the thing for the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
He countered with, I want my drug test results that I know are negative. Now, here's the deal. He could have gotten out of his WWE contract in that same phone call by saying, either let me out of my contract or I'll sue you. I will sue you for defamation of character because my test is negative.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it could have been the release point where WWE was like, instead of getting sued, was like, here's the deal. You only have 2 months left on your contract.
Yeah.
We'll just buy it out and pay you out and it'll be done.
Or vice versa. Tony Khan is like, I don't give a fuck if they sue me because I got more money than he does.
Right. But what I'm saying is when it comes to the, well, no, I don't want to be in your Hall of Fame. I want my drug test results that I already know are negative.
Right.
I'm telling you, Jeff is smart enough in this business the way he handled it. The concussion is what we're dubbing it, the hitting of the head in that match. He knows what to do. He's not stupid.
Yeah, no. He knows how to play
here's
the
the
system.
deal.
He's been part of it for a long time.
They publicly released him due to the fact
that he was speculated.
That it was speculated he was on drugs because they offered him rehab. Right there, when you tell the public we offered him rehab or release and he chose release, makes him look guilty.
Agreed.
You didn't give out an updated follow-up that he wasn't.
You didn't come out publicly later and say, our investigation did not lead to substance abuse, blah, blah, blah.
Which in a court of law is defamation of character.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
And the billion-dollar corporate machine right now initiating all of these conversations with all these networks and reporting all of these massive gross profits certainly don't want to have a lawsuit from one of their larger superstars who is most recognizable.
Well, when you
in court.
Yeah. Well, when you jump to Jeff Hardy also, I get they should have followed up. They just should have. They should have followed up with a we were wrong thing, but they didn't even do that till Jeff made it known that he turned down the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Matt Hardy tweeted out earlier today, might have been early this morning, that Jeff has been, what was it that I told you, Max? It said something along the line, and Matt said that Jeff has been stressless since his WWE release.
As he should be. He's no longer under the thumb of the Empire.
He's done. He's going to be able to be creative in a spot where his creativity will shine.
He's made a ton of money. He's probably still got a ton of money.
Yeah.
He'll be able to work with his band. He'll be able to do his art projects, his paintings, his signings, all the shit he wants to do. And if he decides, I'd still like to wrestle,
he can do any. Here we go. Mark Ross from the Joy of Pro Wrestling says Jeff would be so good in that TNT division. Yes, he would.
Could not agree.
Yes, he would. Well, here's the deal. You got Jeff. You've got Matt. You've got two of the one of the best tag teams in the world ever. In our lifetime, anyway. Use it. Use the fact that you have one of the greatest high-flying tag teams of all times. Have them make them smack the friggin' Young Bucks around. Yeah. Because that's what
we want.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like you said, the idea of Christian being over there. There's going to be some good tag division. They've got the best tag division going right now.
And the other thing that I think about Jeff going to AEW.
Hello, Bethany.
Hello, is Jeff and Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Darby Allin patterned his career after the Daredevil Jeff Hardy.
I'll do you one better. Give us Jeff and Sting.
The right way.
The right way. Jeff Hardy noted in the Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skulls that I watched the other night, his biggest regret was that his idol growing up as a kid was Sting. And the moment he got to wrestle Sting in the ring, he was so fucked up that he couldn't perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me Jeff Hardy and Sting under Tony Khan's watch.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Sting in his career renaissance right now. Jeff finally having some freedom.
Yes.
Throw Darby Allin into the mix just because Jeff and Darby will be a marquee match.
Oh, give me Sting and Darby versus the Hardy Boys.
Also, yes.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all. Good work. So Jeff Hardy.
I get one every now and then.
Big thumbs up on the list.
Big thumbs up on Jeff.
All right. So
your turn.
I'm going to go into the weeds of mine.
Okay.
Mustafa Ali.
Did you see his tweet during the Rumble?
The one where it was like, I don't care that I'm not in the Rumble. I just want my release.
The only what was it? Something about I don't care to be eliminated or something.
Yeah, I
like
just want
that.
my release.
I just want my release.
Here's
Give the guy his release.
Here's why I say Ali, right? The internet community is currently behind him and getting his release. Remember how the internet community rallied behind Karrion Kross when Impact wouldn't let him out?
Yep.
And Impact finally had to cave?
Yep.
So the WWE doesn't want to release Ali, even though they released 130 some odd superstars over the last year and a half, 2 years. They're not doing anything with Ali on TV. He wants out, and he's got some internet buzz because he wants out. Who's to say he didn't give Tony Khan a call, talk about some legal stuff? I'm sure they've got precedences for shit.
Well,
like
here's the deal. Mustafa Ali was a Chicago police officer.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't know the law.
Right. So who's to say he doesn't call Uncle Tony and be like, help me get out? And Tony Khan was like, you want out? Get on my show. They have, number one, they have to fire you anyway.
If you come to our show, they're going to fire him.
They have to fire him if he walks out on Dynamite Wednesday. That's the way to get your release. You want to be the guy who got his release by literally telling Vince to go fuck himself on national TV on somebody else's program? That's how you do it.
That's Stone Cold Steve Austin ECW territory.
Exactly. Mustafa Ali has all this attention, has all this fucking support. Tony Khan's got the money to fight Vince in court over contract law, which they'll settle out of court anyway, because right now the WWE can't afford to be mixed up in a scandal.
Right.
Ali gets his freedom. Ali gets
thanks to Jeff Hardy.
Ali gets his freedom, gets to have the craziest TV debut in wrestling history
ever,
and automatically gets himself a TNT.
It would be the biggest debut in another promotion since
Hulk Hogan,
since Scott Hall showed up on Nitro.
Yeah, it'd be bigger.
Out of the crowd because it's real.
Because it's real. Because Hall was out of his contract and got had it all night.
He was signed.
Then Ali would outshine the NWO.
Yeah,
and then he could bring all the guys.
Historically,
then he could bring all the guys from Retribution.
Don't do that. We don't need another Aces and Eights.
Oh, come on.
Don't do that.
You liked Aces.
I did not like Aces and Eights. You shut your poor mouth.
You got mad at me one. I'll never forget it.
Well, you must be remembering a different person.
So anyway, but yeah, Ali is a name that I'm.
Yes, Ali. Middle of the road for me.
Middle of the road, just out of like perception and believability.
I mean,
it's pretty low, but
we're not going to spend a whole lot of time harking on this. But
sure, we are.
You have to say Shane McMahon. It's speculation
again.
It's a big time
speculative, and Tony Khan having the ability to flip the bird to Vince in the biggest way is that he just hired his son.
But here's the deal with Shane McMahon. When it would come to some form of a 90-day...
He don't got
whatever, one of them. One, he wouldn't have one of them. But even if he did, Shane McMahon has Shane McMahon money.
Yeah, Shane
it's
McMahon's
not like he
independently wealthy.
needs Tony Khan money.
Yeah.
Shane's got his own money to fight his own battles. And here's the deal. Shane McMahon's probably got more dirt on Vince McMahon than Vince McMahon could even imagine. He don't want to mess with Shane McMahon.
He knows, the linear workings of the WWE's financial system.
Yep.
All of their contract. If he
all
wanted
the stuff
to hold,
that's been swept under the rug.
If he wanted to hold, let's say the decision to fire him wasn't Vince's. Okay, Nick Khan as the president can overrule Vince's decisions when it comes to certain talent things. He's got that power because he's the president of the physical company. Vince is chairman of the board, which means he influences what the board of directors do. But Nick Khan technically runs the WWE. So if it's to get back at Nick Khan and not at Vince, abso-fucking-lutely,
yes.
Shane McMahon walks out on Dynamite Wednesday night.
We're also going to throw out a couple more speculations. Do you have one in mind? Do you have another name?
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay.
So part of that tweet is that whether or not the company's open for business and whether or not the AEW has a good working relationship with them. AEW and NJPW's relationship started out real rocky, and it's still kind of touch and go because of Kenny Omega abandoning NJPW.
Yeah.
But Ospreay and Omega just had this crazy great exchange on Twitter. They're digging some heat. Ospreay's in the contention right now for the NJPW World Championship. If they wanted to take the route of drawing some international buzz to a wrestler that not a lot of people in the American audience have seen, but people know of,
right?
Bill Osby's your choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to throw out a couple other names that are out there.
Let's hear it.
We still have no home for Bray Wyatt.
Correct.
Slamming the door in the face of a company, a prior company that's open for business, for Bray Wyatt to slam that door into Vince McMahon's face. Because I heard that Bray Wyatt was reached out to again by the WWE
for the Rumble
to be a big surprise and also turn them down.
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, slamming the door in Vince McMahon's face, Bray Wyatt joining AEW would be huge.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt's not the only one out there that could. I mean, you have
Keith
these
Lee.
Ring of Honor people. You have Keith Lee. You have Mia Yim.
Who, by the way, congratulations, Keith Lee and Mia Yim officially got married as of yesterday.
Tied that carriage house to the ground, sir.
Good for you guys. We wish you the best. Wish you a happy marriage and all your future endeavors.
Could be Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross just signed a deal with MLW, so I'm not sure.
Well, did he sign a working deal, or is it just an indie deal?
I think he's under contract, but I don't know.
Right.
I know he's working for them in an event very soon. Also, I feel like this announcement. I feel like Karrion Kross would be a different type of announcement. You know what I mean?
I don't, because everyone knows what kind of shit he went through there towards the end on the main roster. For you to be misused the way you were and to come in would be a slam the door kind of.
I got one.
Okay.
Was Edge on Raw Monday night?
I can't remember. I didn't watch Raw, so
I don't remember.
So Edge didn't show up on Raw the Monday after him and his wife had a shining moment together at the last big pay-per-view and beat The Miz and Maurice.
I don't think they
they were on Raw.
It's Edge.
said anything about
Now, it's not Edge because I'm pretty sure he's contracted still to this WrestleMania. However, let me pencil something for
Well,
you.
that would go the same way with the Jeff Hardy thing.
What
Had
happened?
only 2 months left on your
What happens if Edge got the bag after his match with Maurice and Miz and Beth, and him and Beth are talking and everything's going well, and some dickhead producer or dickhead agent comes in and starts giving Edge guff about a blown spot or something. They went over time or it's just some bullshit. And it escalates to a giant argument. Edge says, you know what? Go fuck yourselves. I'll go hang out with Christian. I'll go hang out with the other billionaire. Again, this is purely speculative because it's not happening. But it'd be a huge
Here's
name.
the deal. Will it happen by the end of 2022?
That's a possibility.
Maybe.
Is
Not
it happening
before
Wednesday
Mania.
night? No.
Not
Yeah,
before
he's not
Mania.
leaving before he gets a Mania.
You're not leaving until you get that Mania paycheck. That's what you work for.
None of
all
us
year
want to
round.
miss your Hell in the Cell with Miz. I'm calling it right now. That's what it's going to be.
Dude, I hope it is.
Yeah.
I hope it is, because here's the deal. Edge would pass the torch to the Miz that way.
Yep. 100% agree.
What if Brock Lesnar's just
Bork
wild
Laser.
hair- Hang on, hear me out. What if he just gets his wild hair and just decides, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to leave you hanging on the Elimination Chamber and just take off.
Okay. That's happened before. Not to the WWE. When Brock Lesnar won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in New Japan, he legitimately left the company and went to their competitors, All Japan Pro Wrestling,
With the
and
belt.
defended the belt there because no one could physically fucking take it away from him, and defended the belt there for like 6 months or whatever until NJPW and AJPW reached a brokered agreement and brought in Kurt Angle to take the belt back off of Brock Lesnar. That's why Kurt Angle's IWGP title reign isn't recognized by the NJPW, because he didn't formally win the title in New Japan
It was
Pro
getting
Wrestling.
the property back. It wasn't.
Okay.
Right.
It was.
But
He had to
for
literally
Brock
make it
Lesnar-
look like he took the belt
For
back.
Brock Lesnar taking a belt and legitimately saying, fuck you if you don't pay me enough money, that's happened.
Austin did it.
So who's to say the Beast from the East doesn't show up on Wednesday night? Again, this is purely speculatory, and we're
it's
just
not
having
gonna
fun with
happen,
it. But give us some of your thoughts. Who do you think
Yeah, who
out
do
there
y'all
in
think?
Twitterland is going to be YouTube land
Twitterland
is
too.
going to be the surprise entrant for Wednesday? If you're not live in the chat right now,
You ain't in the chat right now.
Excuse
Where
me.
the hell did that come from?
if you're not in the chat, motherfucker, if you're not in the, I'm going to do it again.
You're good. You're good. Go for it.
If you're not
In the chat right now.
if you're not in the chat right now,
Jeff
Right
Hardy.
now.
you can tweet us at Pro Wrestling TD. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. You can also email us at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. The joy of pro wrestling says, Jess Harvey.
You
Jeff
have to
Hardy.
do that right now. Or right now.
Or right
Right
now.
now.
Yeah. No, Jeff's a good possibility. That's my number one pick.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Jeff Hardy.
It falls too much in line with what I was saying earlier about the phone call and being able to get out of that safely. It makes Tony Khan look like a fucking G because he's going to pull him on TV when everyone knows his no compete isn't supposed to end until March 9th. And it's going to be like, well, he just signed a contract with us. There ain't nothing you can do with it. when he's already out of the contract and there's no real legal precedent. He's going to run with it, and he should. That's a promoter move. That's what you do. You get as much heat on your product as you possibly can, no matter how you get it.
The other interesting part is that whoever it is automatically is going into a match.
Yeah.
For a shot at the TNT title later on. So that guy can't come in and lose after this hot debut. Otherwise, it kills everything for him coming in.
Right.
Unless they shoot some sort of major angle. Matt Hardy coming out and fucking Jeff or something. Something in that.
Right.
Isaiah Cassidy is part of the Matt Hardy family. Is he?
Yes. Yeah, he's part of it, which now has Andrade in it now. That's what is it? What is he calling himself over there? Andrade?
Oh, I don't remember.
Whatever it is, it's the /Hardy family office.
Yeah, Charlotte's handsome fiance is what call himself.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that.
So Jeff Hardy, I just now thought about the implications that Jeff Hardy would come in and beat one of Matt's guys, or Matt would come in and screw Jeff from beating one of his top guys, and then automatically you've got your feud for Jeff Hardy to transition into, which is the easiest thing to do in the fucking world.
Actually, what you would do is you would have him beat him, and you'd have Andrade start having a problem with Matt.
Yeah.
Being like, your brother did this to my guy.
Then you get Private Party versus the
Hardy
Boys. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good shit, pal.
That's how you take the group away from Matt, make him a face.
Yep.
You team him with Jeff, and you have him fight the guys he's been they've been under the tutelage of this whole time.
Yeah.
It would be perfect.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the tweets between Bill Osby and Kenny Olivier?
You can. I don't remember a whole lot of what's been taking place.
So essentially, or Matt dumps his crew or sells it to Andrade. Again, viable options. Ospreay essentially tweets a collection of pictures of former NJPW IWGP World Heavyweight Champions and tweets something along the lines of, I'm on my way now, going to get the belt black, blah, blah, blah. And then Kenny Omega jumps in and was like, yeah, be sure to show them videos and pictures of your independent wrestling days. I'm sure that's going to get you somewhere. And they have like a heated little Twitter exchange between two guys who know each other, two guys who have some working experience with each other. But it begs the question, is this going to be some legitimate heat tacking on to the NJPW AEW fractured relationship as it is? And, is that one of the lead-ins to set up for Bill Osby being the third man?
Could be Okada.
You think the Rainmaker?
Could be Okada. They said that he was wanting to do more dates in the United States. It'd be the best way to do it.
Not while Omega's out of the company, though, I would think.
Well, no, bring him in and then get him established to the U.S. who doesn't already know who he is. Then you have Kenny Omega come back off of injury, and you play the build-up that these guys have wrestled each other, but they've never touched on American soil, yada, 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 and you sell your main event. And here's the deal. If you want to cross-promote it, build it for a year, and that's your Wrestle Kingdom match, AEW versus New Japan, those two against each other.
Yeah.
Because when Kenny Omega comes back, he's going to be a force, regardless of what you think about the man. He's going to be in shape again for the first time in a couple years.
Yeah.
He's been wrestling hurt for AEW since he signed on the dotted line.
Yeah.
He's going to come back refreshed and rehabbed. And I'm telling you, for people who have not seen anything he's done outside of AEW, you're in for a treat because the guy can work.
Yeah.
He can work. He's entertaining to watch. And at 100%, that's a Daniel Bryan match. I want him 100%. I want him and Punk at 100%.
Yeah.
There's several 100%. I want him and Hangman Page again 100%.
I'd like to see him in this version of Mox.
Yeah.
Now that Mox is in such great fucking shape. Looks like $1 million. Speaking of Mox, I guess we should talk about a little bit about the stuff that happened in actual wrestling this week.
Oh, okay. You mean Danhausen's debut? Want to talk about Danhausen's debut? Huh?
What thoughts about that, Caleb?
We'll talk about some Danhausens? Talk about some of that?
Caleb's a fan house.
You want to be cursed? You want to be cursed here on live television? Huh? Or some sort? That's what I thought. Step the fuck away. Danhausen made his AEW debut. I am super stoked for a man that has built himself from the indies, made a lot of money. Wait a minute. Listen. He's gone. You heard that, right? He's gone. Oh, no, he went to the refrigerator. Never mind. Good on him. I think it's good. I think anytime we see a guy from the Indies build his way up, it's great. And
Fuck
just
you,
think,
YouTube.
And just think, here in about 2 months worth of time, we have a little punishment that needs to be put together at WrestleMania weekend, where you get to sing. I want you to hold in. I want him to hold in all of the good things that he says about Danhausen when the camera's not on, to say them when it's on. Because here's the deal: once it's done, it goes as follows. He has to post a written one as well, and going to tag Danhausen in it.
And I have to send it to him.
And you have to send it to him. Yes. Yeah.
Don't I also have to send it to Corny?
Yes, you have to send it to the Colts Cornet.
Oh, okay. I don't have to send it directly to
No.
Corny. Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, I'm going to tag him in it. That's beside the point.
I'm not a Fanhausen.
Yeah,
We
you
established that.
Yeah, you are.
Closet Fanhausen.
No, I'm not into the guy. I'm not. No, it's not.
Get out of the glove. Oh, yeah.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, get out of the closet.
You don't have to. You don't. It's not. It's never gonna happen for you. It's never gonna. No milk is ever gonna be our milk. However, he did get a debut against Adam Cole in the Adam Cole Orange Cassidy match. So that was last week.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
We didn't talk about it last
Yeah, with
week
the
because
Rumble and
didn't
everything, we had
Rumble.
so much other stuff going on. So much other way more important, cool stuff.
Like Brock Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble again.
Ugh.
I called that, by the way.
So let's talk about Dynamite for a second, since we're already on the topic.
Okay.
Two of the big takeaways this week, outside of the Forbidden Door thing, was the promo between Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley.
Yes.
When after Moxley's match against Wheeler Yuta, who was a Utah. Wheeler.
All in the chat room right now.
God damn it. What should we talk about, Brian Kendrick?
Nah.
Okay,
Nah.
so listen to this, but let's recap this crazy horse shit, okay?
All right.
Kendrick gets released from his WWE contract on Monday.
Yes.
Literally gets signed to a match on Dynamite on Wednesday because he didn't have a no-compete. Was all set and all primed to go on the show. They advertised it immediately, him versus Jon Moxley. So you get a main event tier match billing against a main event superstar of their show 2 days after you're released, 2 days after you're trending, 2 days after you're ready to go.
Uh-huh.
And the fucking morning you're about to debut, they find tweets of you being a Holocaust denier. You fucking lunatic.
From like what?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so it was actually, I think it was 9 years ago. But it's worth mentioning that he was like 35 9 years ago. He was already a fully grown adult male who just happened to be 5'4".
Here's the deal: the wrestling world strikes again. Whoopi Goldberg got in trouble for it, so Brian Kendrick was next. It's just
You
how that
don't.
works.
How? And then it wasn't just that. He believes in lizard people and all this crazy
he believes
shit.
in people.
Don't
So-
be talking shit about the lizard people.
You tell your alien overlords to eat my fucking crank. That's what you tell them. Me and Davey
I
Richards.
don't worship them. I just know that.
Davey Richards.
I'm scared of that shit. I gotta check underneath my bed every night.
So
Make sure
anyway,
the lizard people
stop
are
it.
well, he did do a follow-up tweet later on, and he was like, I'm so sorry for my opinions that hurt anybody.
Those aren't my views.
Those aren't my views. Now, okay, I cannot say he hasn't changed. Cannot say he hasn't, given his opinions a certain amount of thought at some point. But he never addressed those opinions beforehand.
Right.
He just spouted a bunch of stuff into this fucking echo chamber and then let it go because no one cared enough.
We've all had a drunk night on Twitter before.
100%. The next day, you're supposed to go on Twitter and be like, hey.
My account got hacked. Maybe I don't know what that was. My account got hacked.
That wasn't my dick. No.
Maybe.
But yeah, so you having never taken responsibility for what you said is what cost you the job.
Yeah.
Anyway, flash forward, Wheeler Yuta gets selected to fill in this match. It was like 30 minutes or an hour beforehand.
Yeah.
Puts together this great match with Mox. Mox, again, looks like $1 million right now. Wins the match. As soon as he wins, Bryan Danielson's in the ring. He's applauding, and he was like, you guys want to see us fight? Gets the cheap pop from everybody. And then Danielson's like, you know what? I've always wanted this. I thought we could fight too, because I've always wanted to push you. But then I thought, what if we fought together? And he was like, and then the shoot part was, he was like, because I don't believe a millennial cowboy should be the AEW world champion. I don't believe that a guy in a dinosaur mask should be the tag team champions. I don't believe that a guy who got famous writing a blog should be the TNT champion. And then he's like, what if you and I stepped up and we took young talents like Lee Moriarty, like who were the other, he named 2 other guys.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty and some of these other younger, hungrier talents, and we taught them, and we got the bullshit out of this company, and we brought them up. Super, super inspiring, fucking incredible promo about how these 2 veterans are going to take these young guys under their wing and change the face of AEW. So it leaves you feeling like, holy fuck, like AEW's about to get real good.
And then,
But hold on, before that, Adam Cole cuts a promo last week when he's like, I'm going to start showing people what I'm really about.
right.
He was like, up till right now, you guys haven't seen that, and that's my fault. So starting after next week, you guys are going to see what Adam Cole really brings to the table. And you're feeling like, all right, now everybody's on the same page. We're getting rid of the bullshit. Some of their fucking idiot talents haven't been re-signed. AEW is going to get really, really good. And then there's a commercial break. And during this time, Tony Khan does a massive amount of cocaine and sends Brandy Rhodes to the ring to spar with Dan Lambert. It was the Ambien,
It
correct.
was the Ambien, I swear.
It was fucking Tony Khan's Ambien and booking this fucking show. So, of course, Brandy Rhodes, being the train wreck promo that she is, she did cut a fantastic fucking barb on Ethan Page. When she was like, I don't know what it is you're laughing about, Ethan. Everybody knows we only hired you to get to Josh Alexander. Perfect.
It's good.
Well,
you know what the messed up part is?
well
That was
done.
probably Ethan Page's like, hey, say this.
Yeah, exactly. Drop
It's
Josh's
going to be
name so he
great.
knows we're
Say
watching.
this. Yeah.
And then Dan Lambert just proceeds to drone on and on about how Cody Rhodes shouldn't be putting himself in these matches and fucking blah-de-blah-de-blah. But Dan Lambert gets over, and one of my favorite things he says is, this super woke millennial audience is cheering me over you, and I'm a 65-year-old rich retired white fat guy. Fucking outstanding. Anyway, they're setting up to do more gobbledygook between fucking Dan Lambert and Brandy Rhodes.
And here's the sad part. Dan Lambert has Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, probably 2 of the best individual tag team wrestlers there is. And they're doing nothing but being mouthpieces and being cut down by Brandy Rhodes.
And again, Brandy Rhodes just...
Scorpio Sky should be the AEW champion.
Brandy Rhodes just interjecting herself into... Can we do that? Fuck it, I'm doing it.
Here's the deal.
We don't support this. We don't condone this. Don't do this at home. This is done by professionals.
We have marked. I'm having a cigarette. We have marked. We're not monetized, so they can't demonetize our video.
Yeah. Don't smoke, kids.
Don't
It's bad.
smoke. I marked on the thing before that the kids. It's not made for kids, so pretend that I'm not doing this. But
Anyway, so yeah, Brandy Rhodes just has to interject herself into some fucking idiot feud.
right.
No one likes her. She's not endearing, and it's not like no one likes her because she's such a good heel. No one likes her because she sucks.
It's not because you're bad. It's because you suck.
Yeah, it's not that people don't like you. It's that you suck.
She literally had to go on Twitter a couple weeks ago and be like, "This new project from AEW, me nor Cody have had anything to do with it, just so people would watch it." It's ridiculous, and that's ridiculous to me.
And then to top that off, they underbook Adam Page, who is their world champion, to follow stupid segments like that. No one cares. Honestly, you give a shit about Adam Page's AEW champion?
No.
Do you?
Who?
Adam Page?
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
When you tune into AEW, who are the names you look for?
Danhausen.
Danhausen.
I'm serious when I say that. There has been nothing to draw me towards that. The best thing other than that, MJF, CM
yes.
Punk,
Oh, yes.
Sting, because
Bryan
Sting's
Danielson,
been killing it. Yeah,
Moxley,
the
Omega.
ex-WWE names.
Yeah, all the people
Ethan Page, I love Ethan Page.
all the people you know, all the people who are already established.
Yeah.
I love that. And we all loved Adam Page. Actually, you didn't.
I've never liked Adam Page.
And I was the one who was like, no, now that he's champion, they're going to book him to the moon. No, they don't.
No,
Why
they
is your
don't.
champion coming out in the 1.3 hour segment of your show.
Yeah, I've never
Why
been
isn't
a
your
big
champion
I've never
opening
been a
your
big
show,
Adam Page fan. Ever.
closing your show, getting pushed to the moon?
They flamed.
Meanwhile, CM Punk and MJF wrestled an incredible 45-minute match in which MJF, my boy, dealt CM Punk his first loss.
And what I love is the internet wrestling community, the majority, let me rephrase that, the majority of the internet wrestling community hated it. Like, what they don't realize is that it's a build for Wardlow. It has nothing to do with Punk. It really has nothing to do with MJF. It's to build Wardlow.
Exactly. They're
It's
taking
to
their
do the
time.
Batista route and have him turn on MJF and win the title. It's that
And
simple.
here's the thing. When he does eventually turn on MJF, it's going to get so much steam because they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Not only are they taking their time, they're not drawing it out in a way that doesn't keep you invested.
The best thing they could do would be to have him eliminate MJF in the Casino Battle Royal for the title. Have him be champion before you go into it. Have MJF be the champ.
Yeah.
He's going to wrestle the Battle Royal, and he's going to pick his own opponent, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Wardlow, you have my back, yada, yada, yada. Wardlow eliminated
100%.
That's how you're off to the races, because that's what they did with the Rumble and Batista.
Yeah.
Batista won the Rumble, chose Triple H's belt.
And, they even took, they were always going to turn Batista on it. But they took 3 years of hardcore good TV time with him in Evolution. And they did the build for him.
And here's the deal. We didn't get the payoff until just a couple years ago.
They started building him turning on Triple H in January before they ever got to April. They started just the build there.
Yeah.
Then he goes on to win the Royal Rumble 2 months later. Then he goes on to wrestle Triple H 2 months later. They took 4 months to get from...
It's the proper build.
They took 3 years to get to point A, and then they shot it the right way in 4 months to get to point B and C. That's what they're doing with Wardlow.
Yes.
Hopefully it happens. They'll start the build sometime around All In. If they do it the right way.
Yes.
Give it another 6-7 months of him building that frustration. Because right now we see him totally on keel with MJF.
Yes.
We saw that when he slipped in the ring and cost him the victory against Punk. Build it. Get a pay-per-view buy out of it, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
And get Wardlow over.
Don't Goldberg Hulk Hogan it like Nitro did. Get your money's worth out of it. Don't give it away on free TV. Don't do that. Make it a pay-per-view. Make people buy to see it.
Right.
Because if they don't pay to see it, it's a waste. That's what they did with Goldberg when he popped the title the first time from Hogan. It was on Nitro.
Yep.
Free TV.
But
it worked.
to be fair,
it worked for them.
It was live in Atlanta.
Could have made more money.
Oh, could have. Yeah. Well, didn't they have what was it? They had, I want to say Greed, but Greed wasn't a pay-per-view until 2001. They had a pay-per-view 3 weeks after that. So they could have waited.
Yeah, they could have most certainly waited.
Yeah. And since you said the magic word, let's talk about the state of the WWE.
All right. It hasn't really done much.
So we've got the established Elimination Chamber matches coming up in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
We've got Brock Lesnar in the Elimination Chamber with Bobby Lashley, Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens is on SmackDown, isn't he?
Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Austin Theory.
Austin Theory and AJ are the other two that I found.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch has yet to have her opponent.
Becky Lynch is going to wrestle Lita.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Becky Lynch is going to wrestle Lita. Roman Reigns. No, we'll save that.
We'll save that one.
McIntyre is going to wrestle Madcap Moss.
Yes. Usos
The
are going to
Usos are going to wrestle the Vikings. And goddamn Roman Reigns is going to wrestle Goldberg.
Here's the deal. I said this off camera. I'm going to say it on camera.
Let's talk about it.
No, Goldberg better come ready to wrestle.
Yeah, he's not getting a 7-minute match out of Roman.
Because here's the deal. Roman Reigns, if the match is bad, no one's going to blame Roman. Roman's track record for the last 500, and I think we're at 30 days now, or pretty close, as Universal Champion. Here's the deal. You're not going to get a spear fest. You're not going to get a suplex
Should
fest.
be 518 days.
Yeah.
Because last week was 511.
Okay, 518 days. Goldberg's not going to be. I said this with The Fiend. I mean it this time. He's not going to win the Universal title in Saudi Arabia. It's not going to happen.
And
if it does, I'll eat my hat.
Now, it's worth noting that Goldberg specifically gets this spot because it's in Saudi Arabia, and part of the deal they have with the prince that's financing them right now for those events is that he's bringing back Attitude Era wrestlers.
Wrestlers he remembers.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
Totally
for
see
real.
the appeal because honestly, Goldberg is new to that audience live.
Yes.
We've
yeah,
been subject to Goldberg for the last 24 years.
something like that.
So that's something that like we have to accept is that for them, this is huge.
This is huge for them.
And they still get the modern era wrestlers. They get 2 big Attitude Era stars. They get Lita. They get Goldberg. That's where their money's at.
Lesnar, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, Lesnar as well. But here's where the translation drops off. It's that the people tuning in are the audience who's already aware of Goldberg's existence.
Yeah.
We already know the mythos of Goldberg.
We already know what's going to happen.
We've seen Goldberg before. And after the absolute chicanery that was Goldberg and The Undertaker, this is probably Goldberg's last chance to have a decent showing against a valid opponent.
I think that him and Drew McIntyre's match, we know he got hurt in the match. That's why it was cut as short as it was. But like I said, here's the deal. You can come in and have the match of your lifetime. But if the match is in any way botched or doesn't go over well, it's Goldberg's fault. Yeah. It's not Roman Reigns' fault.
The other thing that
so what do you do? What do you do with Goldberg?
The other thing
that you haven't already done with someone else
that kills me about this is that we know it's just about the finances that they're getting, the $1 billion deal they've got with the Saudi Arabian government.
Listen, I'm a fan of nostalgia. That's not what.
Oh yeah, if the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels came out of retirement tomorrow, he and I would weep about it.
Yeah,
let's not fucking bullshit.
It's getting somebody who's worth the money you're paying that's going to get over the status quo.
But here's the other. Go ahead, Max.
Just looking here, according to I guess whatever WWE's put out and stuff, they're considering Roman Reigns' loss at the Royal Rumble to be the end of
his undefeated streak.
His undefeated streak, not his title streak.
Right. How long is his title?
Was 734 days undefeated.
Jesus.
Oh, so that was before he even got the belt back.
Yeah.
And he can even claim that the referee putting Seth Rollins' hands on the ropes.
That's something we've never talked about. He was because he went out right when he got sick.
He
was undefeated champion then.
Since he come back at SummerSlam and attacked the Fiend.
Yeah.
And Braun Strowman
2 years ago.
And since then has not lost a match.
Yeah. Wow, good for him.
Well, and you also got to add in the fact that he'd been doing house shows and also not losing on house shows either.
Right.
Because if the Usos lose a 6-man match, that's not a loss on Reigns.
No, that's
as long as he didn't get pinned.
Yeah. The other thing that I was going to say about the Goldberg deal is that we know it's only motivated by money.
Yeah.
But it completely disregards ratings.
Yeah.
Because no one, and I mean this, no one gives a shit about Goldberg versus Roman Reigns.
I don't.
Except for the audience they're going to do it for live because, again, to them it's still special. But
here's the deal: if they'd have done it before Roman got for the Mania debacle,
when they actually had the opportunity to make it cool,
and it would have been big, and it would have been a Mania match if they'd have done it then before Goldberg went out and had that shit fest with the Undertaker. It would have been viable, but I'm telling you right now,
it's worth noting.
I don't even care to watch that.
That for both title matches, Brock Lesnar was just allowed to insert himself in the Elimination Chamber, without getting a victory.
Well, Brock Lesnar was allowed in because it's his automatic rematch clause.
Right. But he didn't have to physically compete to get the title match.
No. Neither
when
did
everybody else had to do.
I thought Seth was.
There were other guys that had to do qualifying matches.
Okay.
Goldberg got to show up and just say, hey, you're wrestling me now. I haven't been here in 6 months. I haven't beat anybody. I haven't done anything on TV, but I'm the number one contender. Yeah. Which, again, it's the WWE and continuity doesn't matter. But at some point, man, it fucking should.
The reason that they're giving Goldberg to Roman is because when he beats Goldberg, Lesnar had beaten Goldberg.
Yeah.
And he wants to prove that he's a better champion than Lesnar ever.
Roman can come out and be like, I beat Edge, who does the spear. I beat Bobby Lashley, who did the spear. I beat Goldberg, who did the spear. My spear is the best spear ever. It's the best spear. It's the speariest spear of all spears.
Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship August 30th, 2020. Present day is 523 days.
523 days. Okay.
Wow. That's a huge and they don't really talk about it as much as they should.
No. Well, Heyman does.
Well, Heyman does, but I'm talking about like publications and shit.
Yeah. No,
this is huge.
It's comparable to.
He's passed everybody. Everybody.
With the exception of Bruno, yeah.
Well, no.
Can't count Bruno's reign, though.
Yeah. I mean, that was a different circumstance. They only defended the title like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking
Still
about a WWE on the road live schedule.
Yeah.
Not so
Not
much
right now
live,
because of COVID
but,
and stuff, but
but for that many days, that's pretty impressive. And to go undefeated for almost that and a half.
yeah.
700 days,
Fucking
700 whatever
impressive,
days.
man. So on one hand, you have AEW heating things up, announcing a new debut, announcing this the TNT title tournament. They're putting their top guys in prime spots.
We've got the Owen coming up. We've got
Yeah,
the Owen Hart
the
tournament.
Owen Hart tournament. And on the other, you've got
Which here's the
the
deal with that.
WWE being the most WWE it's ever been.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Impact is introducing everybody from every company. It's a fucking free-for-all over there in a good way.
Yeah, in a
good
real
way. Good way.
In a real good
Ring
way.
of Honor's in the mix. New Japan's in the mix.
GCW is climbing the ranks.
GCW's killing it. Like,
And here's the deal.
we have to watch Raw and SmackDown to do this show.
Well, here's the deal with the GCW thing. We work in deathmatch. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Throwdown is the voices of Fight.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, in the beginning I was not a deathmatch guy. I'm a hardcore guy, but I've never been a deathmatch guy. And it's changed my opinion on deathmatch wrestling.
I can honestly say, and we've talked about this before, I am a Mid-South circa 83 to 85 wrestling traditional purist. I want hardcore wrestling in the sense that it's in the ring, in the sense that it's hard hitting with traditional rules. I'm an old school guy, blah, blah, whatever the fuck you call it. Even when I was a young guy who should have been a flippy guy, I was never a flippy guy. I've always been a guy who loves grounded, genuine professional wrestling.
To see it taking shape in the United States now.
Yeah, it's
after
different.
all these years, watching watching the Moxley,
yeah,
watching Cardona get the heat over the Foley.
Best heel in the business, Matt Cardona.
You can't deny that deathmatch wrestling is climbing the ranks of being one of the best things in pro wrestling in the States.
And that translates over to the WWE. They haven't changed anything.
Right.
In actuality, the wrestling they produce is worse. Way, way worse than the wrestling that they produce. We're not talking about the Attitude Era because that was a different time and blah, blah, blah.
That's its own
totally own animal. Look back fucking 10 years ago. 10 years ago. 5 years, 8 years ago. When the WWE still had some of its edge, when it still had, it was still PG then, but there was something. This period of the WWE is the worst generation period ever period of the world wrestling entertainment in all of its forms that it's ever been. And it's because it's boring, it's predictable, it's watered down, and it's insulting. They don't have to convince me that wrestling is real. They don't have to do that. I already know wrestling ain't real.
Yeah, I mean,
but they could at least try to convince me that what they're doing is real.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Give me something to.
I don't have to. It's like Buddy. Who was it? Robert Gibson said, "I don't have to convince you pro wrestling is real. I just got to convince you that I'm real."
Right.
Convince me. Let me. Roman Reigns, I believe. Brock Lesnar, I don't have a choice but to believe.
Well, if you believe it or not, Lesnar's Lesnar.
Right. Bobby Lashley, even with all of his collegiate ability, I believe.
Big E.
Big E, I believe, is a big, stout bat. Seth Rollins, maybe not the biggest guy, but you believe the work he's doing. And this work, the version of what he's doing right now is hokey as shit, but he's committed to it.
Yeah, that's
and
the best
fucking
part.
Owns it.
That's the best part.
So why can't everybody do that? And why can't you book according to that philosophy? If you book in your universe, whatever universe you want to portray, that this guy is smaller, but he's faster, and he's fucking mean, and he's smart, and he's wrestling a guy who might be bigger. Well, maybe they should have.
Maybe they should have.
The bastards. All right. We've rambled. We've speculated.
Before we get into this, I would like to point out that the Royal Rumble, due to Brock Lesnar entering at number 30, 30 was my number. I have pulled ahead in the points by 1.
I think it's 2.
2.
I will double check. Next week, we'll do a full point recount because I don't have my notebook. This is the only episode we've ever done where I don't have my notebook in front of me.
I thought me and you were tied.
You and I are still tied, and he's up by 2. It's
okay.
We are either now at 42 and 45 or 43 and 46. Whatever it is. Or, I'm sorry, 43 and 43. No, it would be 41 and 43 or 42 and 44.
Yeah. Either way, I'm 2 ahead.
I'll double check, but you and I are still tied. It's 54 is a 45 more.
No, it's 8.
Well, I
no, it's 9. You're
Right.
correct.
I was just testing you. You
pass.
Sorry. All right. So,
All right. Now,
as I've said, we've speculated, we've spatulated, we've just spotulated. It's time for our.
and that's just Davey Richards' video.
I was just about. All right.
He seriously needs a babysitter. All
Yes,
right.
we got one. Rosie Palmer and Five Freaks. All right, so it's time for our best segment, our favorite segment. It's that time, Max. It's time for birthdays.
Bullshit.
Max, take it away.
I'm gonna beat you today.
No, you're
Well, real quick, before I get completely into this, because I know we have all kinds of time and shit, we were talking about
Bless
Roman
you!
Reigns
Bless
and
you.
his title streak.
Excuse
So
me.
actually, I have pulled up here the top 10 longest title reigns. I'm
Okay.
going to run through them real quick.
Hell yeah.
We had at number 10, Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
with 364 days.
Almost a calendar year.
And we know that WWE said since these changed things, so some of these might not be completely accurate. But
It depends
that
on
have
what
been-
they're going with.
at
Would
number
that have
9,
been where his loss ended to the Warrior?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
That would have been 90. Yeah.
At number 9 was the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. 371 days. Yeah.
That would have been his reign the first time
That's right.
where he wrestled Hogan and
When I
dropped the
took
belt.
the belt from the immortal one, you know what I'm saying?
Number 8,
He's on
Right.
the way to the finish line.
AJ Styles.
AJ,
371
71
days.
days.
AJ 371.
Also worth mentioning, he won the title. It was his first year.
His
in,
freshman
wasn't it?
year, yeah.
Freshman year in, and had one of the longest title reigns in history.
Yep.
Because AJ Styles is the fucking man.
He
Number
took
7.
he took the title for Jinder Mahal because Brock Lesnar didn't want to wrestle Jinder Mahal.
Correct. Sad.
Number 7 is
Because Brock
John
Lesnar's
Cena.
the best.
381 days.
Wow. Now see that kind of surprises me because he was champ fucking forever.
But that was before that had to have been one
The
of his
first
reigns
reign.
before 2011 when him, Edge, and Orton traded it all year long.
Yeah, it would have been early on. It would have been when he beat JBL for it. Would have been his year run.
Yeah, because he lost it the following January
Yeah.
to Edge in the Elimination Chamber, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, that would have been when he got the belt back after the Elimination Chamber and held it all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forced to vacate the championship due to injury.
Cena?
Yeah, that's how it ended.
That was when Batista hit him with that fucked up power bomb.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's right.
he came back to whoop all three.
Number
Throw
6,
3 bones in your neck with a bat.
CM Punk
Okay.
Yeah,
at
434 days.
34.
That was the summer of Punk.
Yep.
Number 5 is Pedro Morales at
Wow.
1,027 days.
Okay, so that would have
And
been
are they not?
Intercontinental title. Pedro Morales, longest
when
reigning
he beat
championship.
because he
reigns.
beat Patterson, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the second Intercontinental.
Yeah.
This must not have everything all accurate. So
This is going to be your
Championship
longest
reign.
title reigns, not necessarily.
Yeah, it's not necessarily
championship.
world title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Bruno San Martino at 1,237 days.
They literally could not beat Bruno for 3 years in New York City.
Nope.
They had to go to another territory to have him drop the belt to
Superstar Billy Graham.
no,
Larry Zbyszko.
no.
Was it over the whole living legend thing?
No, that was that the living legend thing between him and Zbyszko happened when he wasn't champion
Right.
because Zbyszko was his flunky. I'm trying to remember his name, and I can't. It was the guy who beat the Puerto Rican guy who beat him and then took the belt back to New York.
Antonio Rocca.
Yes, Rocca. Thank you.
Yep.
Rocca beat him. They took the belt back to New York, and that would have started San Martino's second
reign.
run
Yeah.
right after that, which ran almost itself like 700 days, I think.
And number 3 on the list is Hulk Hogan again with 1,474 days.
That would have been the earlier stretch
When he first won the belt.
when he beat Macho Man. Up until
Or was that when he beat Andre and had it until...
no, because he only would have had it a year. He dropped it before WrestleMania 4.
That's right.
Would have been WrestleMania 1 to
One.
WrestleMania, almost WrestleMania 3.
WrestleMania 3.
Because he only dropped the belt for like a month, and then him and Andre had the big thing.
He lost that when DiBiase bought the belt.
Yeah, when they had a double referee.
Yeah.
The switcheroo on Saturday Night Main Event.
Number 2 on the list, Bob Backlund with 2,135 days.
Bob Backlund's title reign ended when his manager, Arnold Skolin, threw in the towel when he was in the Cobra Clutch from the Iron Sheik. Which, fatally enough, Bob Backlund was shot as the All-American boy when he was champion, even though he was in like his 30s. And the thing about that is he lost that title, never giving up. The towel was thrown in on him, only for Sheik to take it from one American icon and then drop it to Hulk Hogan. Another American icon. So
was that pre or post Slaughter's heel turn?
Pre.
Okay.
Slaughter didn't go heel until
92,
late
right?
90. And then at 91's Royal Rumble, he beat the Ultimate Warrior. And then he wrestled Hogan in March in Los Angeles at the was supposed to be the Coliseum, but there were death threats on Slaughter. Threats of snipers and shit, so they had to move it down the street to an actual enclosed building. That's the story they give. The actual other thing going around is that they didn't sell out all of the tickets.
Yeah, so they moved it
and they had to move it for production. No, it was the Greater Gardens Arena.
Okay.
Something like that. Pretty sure. Could be wrong.
Good work.
So
I'm so proud of you. Goddamn. Even you impressed me so much because I know a lot about the older shit too. And so I just love whenever we just a side tangent. I love whenever we get a chance to do this because we don't really get a chance to flex our muscles a lot as far as what we remember.
I would be shocked if number 1 wasn't Ric Flair. Is number 1 Ric Flair?
Prepare to be shocked.
Okay, shoot.
Bruno San Martino.
Yeah, with his
second reign.
Yeah.
2,803 days.
Yeah.
I believe that was his last reign.
Yes. He won it back
from Antonio Rocca.
From Rocca. Held it up through, actually, he held it through the Zbyszko feud because I don't believe Zbyszko beat him for the belt because they had the disqualification.
Zbyszko cost Bruno the title by breaking his neck.
Yeah.
And then that's when they come back.
And that's when they went back to the deal with him and Zbyszko.
I believe if we were to put Roman Reigns into this, I think he would actually rank number 6 and push CM Punk back to 7.
Yes.
The reason that they're not counting it right now is because the reign's not over yet.
Yeah.
Right.
How can I miss you if you won't go away?
Right.
Now.
Love to hate to see you leave, but I'd love to watch you walk away.
Yep.
All right, let's
or something
go to
like
birthdays.
All right, I'm gonna beat you.
No, you're not.
You got a tally over there?
Keep a track.
All right. My week, bitch.
Don't cheat me.
One of these days, I'm gonna wait till you're sick and you can't be on here, and we're gonna shoot one just the two of us, and I'm gonna make my hand up to look like a puppet. And it's probably still going to beat me in this birthday segment. And then I'm gonna be really.
You did beat me last week.
I did beat you.
It's just the first time you've ever beat me.
Right,
in this game. You beat me at the Royal Rumble.
We're going to go to January 30th.
All right.
Except for your Taker one.
And where we
remember you.
Never forget.
We remember the great Giant Gonzalez.
Giant Gonzalez. Elegante.
1966 to 2010.
Elegante was one of the first big men wrestlers that when he would come to the ring, the opponents wouldn't wrestle him. They refused.
Yeah.
They get out there. He won more matches by count out than he won.
And he was deliberately over 7 feet tall.
And he was the only viable threat, really, to the Undertaker's early undefeated streak at WrestleMania 9. A lot of people thought he was going to beat Taker, and they ended up going with the DQ finish.
His build height was something like 7'5".
7'7".
In his boots with his risers, he was 7'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, his build height was 7'7". His legitimate height was 7'5".
Yeah.
Which still, if you add the fact that at that time Taker was probably all of 6'10" and a half in boots just over 7 feet.
Yeah.
Giant Gonzalez was a
giant. Yeah. Yeah.
Which also would have meant that Kane's risers, Glenn Jacobs' risers, and his boots when he first debuted would have had to have been 3-inch risers. So technically, Kane wrestled the first 2 years of his career in 3-inch heels.
I know some of the people watching this know wrestling really well, especially the joy of pro wrestling. But for those of you who don't know who the Giant Gonzalez was, or Elegante, he was basically the modern days version, or the back version of Khali.
He was very limited, but he was big and he could do some stuff.
He was big. He was an attraction. He was like Andre.
Yeah.
Except Andre
back when we booked giants and monsters the correct way.
Yeah, when we fed them to Hogan. That's how they were built back then. They were built and fed to Hogan.
You're right.
All right. How about Also on the 30th, we had Becky Lynch celebrated her birthday.
Becky Lynch is 34 years old.
35.
35.
Damn.
Still younger than me. That's sad.
Sharing her birthday.
You and
Drake
Dogell is the
Maverick.
same age.
Who?
Drake Maverick.
Drake
Maverick is 42.
36.
39.
39. Damn. It's 2 already.
That's like almost more than last week, right?
I won last week, fucker. Or a week
He
before
won. He
last.
beat me by like 2, I think, last week.
On the 31st, Dave Finley. Fit Finley had a birthday.
No, David
Davis,
Finley
his
is
son.
David Finley is Fit Finley's son.
No.
Huh?
Uh,
His name might be actually David.
Oh, his shoot
Yeah.
name is David
Yeah.
Finley? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said Fit Finley.
64?
68.
64.
Good call.
Got you, dog. I only know it because he's old. You can't put young wrestlers in front of me.
No,
You have a fucking
no.
idea.
They're 27. They're 15.
Yeah,
Shit.
correct.
On February 1st, just made her great return, Ronda Rousey.
Ooh, Ronda Rousey's
36 years old.
I was going to say 36 too.
You both be wrong.
She's 34, isn't she?
35.
Damn. I almost said 35 just to reverse Price is
Alan
Right.
Ratchey, you bitch.
February 2nd,
Uh-huh.
Teddy Hart had a birthday.
Oh,
Fuck that jailbird, womanizing, drunken piece of shit who's also 38.
He's 44.
He's 42.
42. I'm closer. Ha Until we meet again.
I hate
Also,
you.
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage,
Ooh.
34 years old.
I want to say I'll say 35.
38.
38. I thought he was a little
Older than I thought he was.
Also, Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
What I
Who?
said.
Isla Dawn. She was on Lucha Underground for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh,
And since she's a luchador, at that time it was 6 years ago, or 6 years ago.
43.
38.
No, 28.
28. Oh, wow.
Must not be who I was thinking it was.
Probably not.
No, not who I was thinking of at all.
On February 3rd, Haku.
As old as he fucking
As
wants
old
to be.
as he says he is, and absolutely nobody in this room is going to fucking question him.
I'm going to say 72, though.
Not nearly.
You don't think so?
No.
Talking about Haku here.
65.
62.
62.
Also, Marty Jannetty.
It depends. Does hiding bodies drop years of your age?
And also, is marrying your daughter make you younger?
Stepdaughter. His daughter would be
You
weird.
heard what I
His
said.
daughter would be weird.
Marty Jannetty is a ripe, coked up 58 years old.
I'm going to say he's 56.
62.
62?
You got me. Wow.
Is that who that goes
That would me.
That's Kendall. Wow. He was older than Michaels?
And
Not
also
Michaels.
on the
Yeah,
third,
what did we decide Michaels was early?
56.
56, yeah.
Also on the 3rd, we remembered the great Carrie Von Erich.
Oh,
Carrie
man.
Von Erich.
1960 to 1993.
One of these days, kids, I'm going to take a whole segment and educate you about the Von Erich family of wrestling.
Kerry
That's
Von
not
Erich
today.
was known as the Texas Tornado in WWE. He had a bad motorcycle accident in which he lost half of his foot.
And
Know
then
that.
still managed to get signed to the WWE, and it wasn't until the Athletic Commission pulled his license because someone in WCW squealed on him that he wasn't competing anymore.
Kerry Von Erich met untimely demise at his own hands at a very young age.
Yeah.
So
Was also
Was-
prime candidate like 11 years earlier to
People-
be WCW World Champion.
people in Texas lost their fucking minds when Kerry Von
The
Erich.
Von Erich family was more famous in Texas than Elvis was in Tennessee.
Yep.
That is 100% a fact.
When he died, the entire state of Texas felt it.
The Von Erich family literally ran events in every single major studio and major dome in Texas. And Texas had more sporting teams at the time, counting their colleges and their professional teams, than any other state combined.
He was their John Cena.
The Von Erichs could sell out the Texas
Alamo Dome.
Dome with like 2 months' notice of ticket sales.
Yeah.
That's how good and how loved the Von Erich family was.
Yeah.
Hey,
Kerry was talented.
remember the album.
Yes.
How can I forget?
Also was a one-time Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
A lot of people don't realize it because his reign was short. But he beat Mr. Perfect, and I believe Perfect beat him back 4 months later.
Yes.
On February 4th, Chris Sabin had a birthday.
Ooh, I know. Chris Sabin's what? 41.
Chris Sabin is 40 years old.
Chris Sabin's 40 years
40.
old.
I know that because I saw his tweet.
And yesterday on the 5th, Madison Rain.
Oh, carriage house.
Ooh, Madison Rain. We're talking beautiful people, Madison Rain? Okay, so.
Hold on. It's not Velvet Sky. I got to remember. I got to keep them apart. Madison Rain is Josh from Tough Enough's woman, right?
Yes.
Okay, she is
45?
39.
36.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. That would have meant that she was like 20 years old.
Yeah, she was real young.
Back in Impact. Holy
she
shit.
was real young.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, good for Josh.
Good for Josh. Good for you, Josh.
Killer moonsault and gets to park in a carriage house.
A few birthdays coming up. Tomorrow, Hakulio from NJPW.
Ooh.
I have no idea, so I'm just going to take a stab in the dark and say 34 years old.
No.
Spell his name real quick.
Hikuleo.
Hikuleo. He also works for AAA, and he's 33.
What did I say? 36?
It doesn't matter. You're both wrong. He's 31.
31. Even younger.
Gotcha.
I knew he was younger. I knew he was a young guy.
How about on the 8th, The Big Show.
Ooh, Paul White. He's in his 50s, right?
52.
Or no, maybe he's a little younger than his 50s because he started way young. I'm going to say 48.
Well, you're going to win it because he's 50.
50.
Lucas Point.
I always forget that he's so much younger
Yeah.
because he started when he was fucking 19 or 20.
Yeah, he 18, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, on the 8th, we remember a few.
Okay.
Starting with Classy Freddie Blassie.
Pencil neck geek. I fucking love Classy Freddie Blassie.
2003.
Original heel
Yeah.
in professional
for
wrestling
real.
is Classy Freddie
Even
Blassie.
when you couldn't make him a good guy because people fucking hated him.
Yeah.
People would stab him, spit on him. He was the greatest heel ever.
Yeah.
Him and Bobby Heenan.
If
like
you
this.
there is a free app that you can download
Yeah,
called
there is.
Wrestle TV. If you got like a Fire Stick or whatever, it
Yeah.
shows you nothing but old school. We're talking circa 1930s to 1960s wrestling. You can see 8 or 9 Classy Freddie Blassie matches on it. Please take the time, watch them. He is brilliant. This was way before.
There's also a special on the network called Pencil Neck Geek, if I remember right.
He
It's
was
his
the
story.
only guy in the 30s and 40s dyeing his hair, which was possible then. He was dyeing his hair, wearing the flamboyant robe. Everything that the later Nature Boy Buddy Rogers and eventually the Nature Boy Ric Flair did some 40 years
Classy
afterward.
Freddie Blassie did it.
Classy Freddie Blassie did it first.
Simpsons did it.
So please educate yourself. Check him out. He's fantastic.
We remember great Jim the Anvil Neidhart. 1955, 2000.
What can be said about?
I like Jim. He was a dickhead when we met, so
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
but whatever. He was also struggling quite a bit with
Being
demons.
on the road. Yeah,
Demons.
yeah. Jim the Anvil Neidhart is one half of one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling history. I mean, you can talk all the trash you want about Jim Neidhart, but his record stands test.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, he not only with Brett, but he was teamed with Owen for a little while. I mean, the Bulldog a couple times. He was tag team personified. They were
Also,
hearts.
the father of
Neidhart. The biggest accomplishment he's made.
That's right.
One last
Carriage
memorial on the 8th will be Sensational Sherry.
Oh, wow, yeah.
1958 to 2007.
It's been that long already.
The greatest wrestling valet /
Here's the deal. Sherry Martel didn't take shit from nobody.
Nope.
Sherry Martel used to tell him, Shawn Michaels, he tells a good story. He was worried that the guys, when he was teamed with Sherry, when she was his manager, wouldn't sell for him because he was smaller. And Sensational Sherry took Shawn Michaels aside and was like, throw him to the outside where I'm at.
They'll sell for me.
And he said that the first time he did it, he threw somebody out there, and Sherry kicked that guy.
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 of the stiffest kicks that he could possibly remember. Sherry Martel made those guys sell for Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Because he was small, because Sherry worked with Ted DiBiase. She was with the Macho Man, and she was with Harlem Heat. She was the most high end worker for a woman valet that there was at the time. She made more money than everybody, but here's the deal. She had the respect, and if you didn't want to play ball, Sherry would make you play ball. Sherry was the queen of professional wrestling.
Also worth noting that she's the only woman that Mae Young Fabulous Moolah never crossed in professional wrestling.
No. They actually died. When she died, her and Moolah were at peace with each other, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they feuded forever.
Yeah, legitimately. They genuinely did not get along.
Nope.
And Moolah had a reputation for being rough with the girls, and Sherry was the only girl that she couldn't get rough with.
Sherry was like, bring it.
Yeah.
You want to get rough, we get rough.
You want to hit somebody, you can hit me.
Right. Where are we at so far in the points?
5-3.
Okay.
Caleb's up.
All right.
Let's see. Let's go on to the 10th. Victoria will have a birthday.
Victoria's 53 years old.
52 years old.
51.
51.
Damn it.
We'll also remember Louis Spicoli.
Louis Spicoli. Rad Radford for
Radford.
WWE fans. The Body Donna in training. Louis Spicoli had so much more to give in the WWE, and they wasted it.
He was a territory guy.
Yeah, he was a big ECW guy.
He started, I want to say, with Cornette and Smoky Mountain training.
Louis Spicoli was a journeyman. He was beat by everyone.
One of the original journeymen.
Yeah. Him and Barry Horowitz.
Him and George South. I fucking love George. Anybody says bullshit about George South, I will fight you. George South is the fucking man.
He's up there with the brawler.
Also on the 10th from NJPW, Taiyoshi Ishimori.
Close enough.
I want to say Ishimori is 36.
30.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with 37.
How about, where'd it go? Oh, 39.
That'd be me.
Damn. Price is right.
Yeah.
Price is right, motherfucker.
I was expecting him to go, he's 64.
Yeah.
You know
right?
what I mean?
Dude, it still blows my mind that Okada's only 33 or 34 years old.
Yeah.
A couple more wrestling birthdays here on the 11th. Ken Shamrock.
54?
Before or after the ecstasy?
Or is he pushing 60 now?
Kenny Shamrock's probably
50. I'm going to take mine back. 58.
59.
58.
Good call.
Got him.
Good call. I know he's up there.
Yeah.
He's also looks like Al Bundy if Al Bundy was on steroids.
Right?
Also, on the 11th, Hernandez has a birthday.
46.
45.
49. Luke
49.
wins.
Yeah.
65.
How many more you got left? I got enough to beat him?
One more wrestling birthday.
Okay.
Then we got some celebrity birthdays.
That's fine.
That's fine. Tight game. Like it.
How about the one-man gang?
Ooh,
shit.
The one-man gang was also known as Akeem. The African Dream was a slight on Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to say Akeem is 72 years old.
Ooh.
He's up there.
Yeah, he would be 71.
You both jumped it. 62.
I knew he was up there.
Damn! He's younger than I thought.
Must have started really young.
So going into celebrity birthdays,
Okay.
All right.
Caleb is up 6-5.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. How about back on January 30th? One of the better-ish, depending on who you ask, I guess, Christian Bale, Batman.
46.
Christian Bell with a fucking breathing problem. 47.
48.
48. Damn.
That's a tie ball game.
We're not playing ball games.
We'll just go with it.
You play ball like a girl.
There's no crying in baseball.
Talking about Davey Richards.
The ball game, yeah.
Go to hell and die.
His
Go
ball-
to hell and live, Tom.
His ball game's tight.
How about
Real tight. Grip.
Lex Luthor? Gene Hackman. The Hackman.
The Hackman.
Ooh,
the Hackman.
Hackman is 91 years old.
Is he?
He's
that
up there.
old?
He's up there.
I can't tell you.
That old?
91 years old.
88.
92.
92. Fuck.
Which actually you got it right. Well, no, because this was before. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 92.
92 years old.
Damn.
No,
I'm losing now.
You're actually in the lead now, Luke.
what the
I'm
fuck?
losing now. What is this? Got a
how
bullshit
about-
game?
Can you feel it coming in there tonight?
Phil Collins?
It's Phil Collins.
It's calling in the air tonight.
74.
The only person coming in the air tonight is Davey.
It's nice produced video.
Phil Collins, he's
What'd I
up
say?
there.
What'd I
You said
say?
74.
74.
I don't know if he's that old. I'll say he's 66.
71.
Oh!
You suck.
Yeah, but that's only like a win by disqualification.
I'll
Still
take it.
win.
I'll take it.
How about
John, you're getting married tomorrow. Congratulations, buddy.
How about Fez?
Congratulations.
Shout out to John.
Congratulations. How about Fez? Winner of all
Hold on.
time.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Congratulations to you, John. My condolences to your wife.
She can do
Yeah, she killed it.
that.
Almost winning the fucking Royal Rumble.
Teasing.
I will fucking remember that for all
All
of my
right,
life.
Fez.
Fez.
What's the score right
Winner of
now?
all the Rumble.
What's the score?
7-7.
We're tied.
So we're tied. 38 years old.
A little older. 40 years old.
42.
I say good day.
You're
How
welcome.
about on the 31st, we had JT, Big JT, Justin Timberlake.
Oh!
42. I don't think he's much older than me.
3.
41.
Damn!
No point.
I knew he had to be closer to my age.
On February 1st,
Joey.
Michael C. Hall. He's I guess he's Dexter now, but
Yes.
I remember him from the Breakfast Club.
Wrong Hall.
That's Anthony Michael.
That's Anthony
Oh, I'm
Michael.
sorry,
Hall.
you're right. You're right.
You fucking idiot.
They all look the same.
Michael C. Hall he's actually a little older. I'm going to say he's
48.
I'm going to say a little younger. I'll say 45.
How about 51?
Damn. Yeah, he's a little older.
Tied back up.
Suck it, Trebek.
I forgot the punchline, but your mother's a whore.
Also on the first was Holly Shore.
Paulie Shore.
52.
53.
How about 54?
Ow.
Wow.
Wow. Feel that? Feel it? You feel it?
Shut your face.
Fix my hair.
And we have on the third, we had Warwick Davis.
Ooh.
Warwick
Willa.
Now,
Davis.
keeping in mind, he ages half as fast.
The
Warwick,
comments and expressions of Max Fury are those of his own. Pro Wrestling Throwdown does not endorse, nor anything like that, nor Holocaust
denial.
denial.
Is that how that works?
Warwick
Something
Davis is 73 years old.
Warwick Davis is 75.
He's only 52.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Warwick Davis is
I'm not
only in
even
his
giving either of your points.
50s.
That's too far off.
That's that is well we're
Hold
over,
on.
So
Hold on. That can't be right.
no, I think it is.
No,
I believe he was a kid when he did the first Star Wars movie. Yeah.
Wasn't he also the Leprechaun
Yeah.
in the 90s?
Yeah, he was young then.
I told you he ages half as fast.
Hold on. I have to look this up for my own benefit because that blows my fucking mind. Because the original fucking he's only 50 fucking 2. What?
Yep, he's older than he looks older than he is.
No,
No point. No point.
how the fuck old was he when he did the Leprechaun then? He would have had to have been like
20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you look that up.
Wow.
On the 4th, we had Rob Corddry.
Rob Corddry,
I don't even know who that is.
40.
See The Office.
Yeah.
You know the dickhead guy that always comes in. That he's always an ignorant
Rob
redneck and
Corddry.
racist and all this shit.
Hot Tub Time Machine. He was the one that tried to kill himself in the car.
I still don't remember.
Lou from the Hot Tub Time Machine that pulls the such and such sucks cocks and dicks. Ha ha ha! He's balding up top.
He was the mechanic guy in Dukes of Hazzard.
No.
Movie?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Yeah. He.
The movie with Sean. What's his?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong guy. He was Anchorman. He's Tex. Anchorman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
I was getting too mixed up.
Yeah. He's always some sort of racist, bigot,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
He's the manager in Waiting. Right?
Waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I
All right.
Yeah.
56.
52.
51. Not
51.
20.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
also,
hilarious.
Yeah.
On the 4th, we remember George A. Romero, 1940 to 2017.
I was lucky enough to meet George Romero when we did Night of the Living Dead,
Nice.
the stage play. It was very cool.
Yeah, Giorgio Romero was really cool.
Yeah.
The grandfather of horror movies.
Well, I guess it makes it appropriate that Alice Cooper shares his birthday.
Alice Cooper is
He's gotta be in the
74.
70s.
Seven-
I was going to say 73, but
74.
74.
I like Alice Cooper.
So do I. My mom freaked out when she first found I used to have a Only Women Bleed on vinyl.
Mm.
And it was during when I
Good
dressed
album.
all black and shit.
Good album.
She freaked out.
All right, it is tied at 9
Ooh, not all.
with 3 left.
It's
Okay.
time for the Ducats.
Here we go.
All right,
Playing for the
starting
Ducats.
with tomorrow, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is 58 years old.
56 years old.
57.
Dang! Oh, baby! You're welcome.
Sharing his birthday will be Garth Brooks.
Ooh, 53 years old.
62.
60.
Ha
You
ha!
got me.
No chance!
All right.
No chance in hell!
Hold on. Want to go double or nothing?
I
No,
know.
seriously. Want to go double or nothing?
No, seriously, I don't.
If I can get this on a pinpoint, you give me the win. If I can get it on the year, you give me the win.
You get it on the year, we can tie a double or nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's 10 to 10 right now.
No.
How? I just got 2 in a row. We were tied at 9 to 9.
He got.
Yeah, and I just got Garth Brooks and Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I just got 2 in a row.
Yeah, you
I
got
should
two in
be
a
one
row.
ahead.
He should
I
be
should be
one
2
ahead of
ahead.
me. 2 ahead of me. All right, I'll take the tie if I can get this on the
We'll
hammer.
take the tie. If he gets it.
Chris Rock.
No,
No,
I got Chris
I got
Rock.
that way wrong.
Or no, you got the Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I got Alice
Yeah.
Cooper.
And then I got 2 right after that. We were tied at 9 to 9 then. So we'd be 10 to 12.
Yeah.
No, he's right. It would be 10 to 11.
10
Because
to
I got
11.
2 right.
So I can tie.
You
this.
can
I
tie
marked-
this.
I marked
I'll tell you
Chris
what,
Rock
since we
one.
can tie, if you get it right
Yeah.
on the button, I'll give you the win.
Yeah,
All right,
I,
give me-
I marked you one.
That's
Chris Rock.
That's
give,
right.
me, give me the actor.
All right. Seth Green.
Fuck.
Seth Green.
Seth Green's, 53?
Seth Green. 48 years old.
48.
On
Yes!
the button! Nice!
Yes!
I'll even give it to you.
Woo! I had
Well
no
done.
idea, dude.
Well done.
When you said the 50 thing, I was like, that's probably fucking right.
Sorry.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I pulled that out.
You know, he was Richie in the
It series.
in the It mini series starring
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Yeah.
Now,
Beat Richie.
I didn't come up with a whole bunch of extra shit because
Okay.
That's okay.
well, we've had a lot and it's cool. But I
Okay,
had
hold
a lot-
on just a sec before you get to that. John Wagner says finally getting caught up on speed on what's going on with Anna Fight. Anna Fight, yes. Catch up
We'll
everything you
transition that
can.
in just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
So I do have one final thought to leave everybody with,
Okay.
and that is it's mostly for you, Caleb. Kane and Lita's baby would be 14 years old had Snitsky not punted it across the ring like a baby.
Okay, first of all, the baby he punted was symbolic to the
That's
baby
it,
that
I'm
Lita
done,
was
bye.
carrying because technically, and I hate that I have to rehash this right now, Gene
I know.
Snitsky fell on top of Lita during a match with Kane, causing a miscarriage.
But it
which
wasn't
would-
his fault.
Which would lead to the Gene Snitsky, it wasn't my fault day.
It wasn't his fault.
One of the absolute most tasteless fucking gimmicks
Oh,
ever,
no.
man.
As long as Katie Vick footage is out there somewhere.
Okay,
it's
I
never
said
gonna be
one
number
of
one.
the most.
Yeah. No, Anna Fight, February 24th, Quick Skating Rink in Illinois. We're going to
Yep.
have Charlie Haas. We're going to
Yep.
have Ricky Shane Page returning.
Yep.
Gonna
Check it
have
out. And Fight Underground online.
yeah,
Facebook.
Bull, Mickey Knuckles. We've got a lot of big matches coming in.
Highlight a match as we have been doing.
We're already pushing an hour and a half.
Yeah. Let's just say tickets are on sale at AnnaFightUnderground.net. I'll give someone a point if they can guess when my birthday is and how old I'd be. Well, your birthday.
Give people
Hold on.
points. That's not how this works.
Hold on. Your birthday is the day you were born every year. I win.
I know how old you'll be. You'll be 32 this year. No, I'm sorry. You'll be 42 this year.
When will it air on IWTV? After it's filmed.
After it's filmed on February 24th. But yes, you'll be 42 this year. Because once again, you are 10 years older than I am. We established this like 3 weeks ago.
10 years younger than you are?
10 years older.
Older. Who is?
He is. He's 10 years older than I am.
It's Bethany that said the birthday thing.
Oh, I thought that was John.
No.
Holy shit, Bethany. I'm so sorry. I know your birthday.
You lose.
You'll be 25 this year?
I'm going to say 26.
25 or 26?
20.
Hold on. You have to tell us now. This is for a fucking
23.
point. Will you be 25 or will you be 26?
23.
You shut up.
I mean, I could legitimately win.
You could
I've
legitimately
already
win.
won.
If whoever gets this right is the winner.
You
All
can't give away.
right.
No,
Come on, Bethany. You shut up.
Points.
Come
That's
on.
not
Will
how
you
it
be
works.
25 or 26?
I'll be 26.
Answer it.
23.
Max, like, I'm going to take the
26.
That
No,
was-
shut up, John. God damn it. You're throwing me off.
RKO.
John's going to be.
No, it's Bethany.
Did
John
I win?
answered. No, John answered 26. Come on, Bethany. I have to pee, and we're going over time now.
Yeah, tight.
Fuck it, we're tied. All right, so thank you for tuning in today, guys. Be sure to check us out at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Make sure to like, subscribe. Please tell your friends about us. We're trying to grow our page as always.
Also, please hit the like button on this video. If you sit here, it takes just a second.
Yes,
hit
please.
the like button.
Yes, please.
Right here is where it's at.
All right, guys. Until next time, as always, from us to you, keep it in
Give
the
me the
ring.
ring. 26 years.
That's why I don't care.
I don't care anymore.
I gotta pee.
You got to pee.
Hit the end string. No.
Everybody did. He fucked it up. It just fucked
I
everything
hate
up.
this game.